There is an ancient story about a traveler who walked for many days carrying a heavy sack over his shoulders. Inside the sack were stones collected from every place he had visited. Some stones reminded him of painful words, some of failures, some of broken relationships, and others of fears about tomorrow. He believed the sack protected him because it contained everything he had experienced. But with every step, the journey became more exhausting. One day, he met a peaceful wanderer sitting quietly beneath a tree. The traveler asked, "Why does my path feel so difficult while yours seems so light?" The wanderer smiled and replied, "Your road is not heavier than mine. Only your mind has chosen to carry what is no longer needed." The traveler looked at the sack but refused to let it go. "These stones are part of my life," he said. The wanderer picked up a single leaf that had fallen from the tree. This leaf once gave shade to the tree, but when its time came, it released its place without fear. If the tree held every leaf forever, no new life would appear. Those words stayed with the traveler. That evening, he removed one stone from the sack. The next morning, he removed another. Day after day, the burden became lighter. The road had not changed. The mountains had not moved. The weather remained uncertain. Yet every step felt easier, because the weight inside his mind had changed. This is the hidden truth of life. Most suffering does not begin in the world around us. It begins in the stories we repeat inside ourselves. The same event can become a prison or a teacher, depending on the thoughts we choose to feed. Many people wait for life to improve before changing their attitude. They believe happiness comes after success, peace comes after wealth, and confidence comes after victory. But the wise understand the opposite. The inner world creates the outer experience. A peaceful mind notices opportunities, where a fearful mind sees only danger. A grateful heart finds abundance, where a restless heart finds only lack. Imagine standing beside a clear lake. If the water is disturbed, the reflection disappears. It is not because the mountains have vanished, but because the surface has lost its calm. The mind works in the same way. When it is filled with anger, jealousy, anxiety, or endless desire, reality becomes distorted. We mistake shadows for truth. Your mind creates your experience. Life is shaped more by your thoughts than by external circumstances. Changing your perspective can transform how you experience every challenge and opportunity. Every person sees the world through the window of the mind. Two people may stand before the same mountain, experience the same rain, or walk the same road. Yet one feels gratitude, while the other feels disappointment. The difference is rarely found in the world itself. It is found in the thoughts each person carries. The mind is like a quiet painter, coloring every moment with the shades of belief, expectation, and memory. When the mind is filled with fear, even small obstacles appear impossible to overcome. When it is filled with patience and confidence, even great difficulties become valuable lessons. This is why true change begins within. Instead of waiting for life to become easier, Learn to make the heart steadier and the mind clearer. Imagine a still lake, reflecting the beauty of the sky. When the water is calm, everything appears as it truly is. But when the surface is disturbed, the reflection becomes broken. Though the sky has never changed, the mind works. In the same way, a peaceful mind sees opportunities where others see barriers. It discovers hope in places where despair once lived. Every thought you repeat becomes a path. You walk more easily. Therefore, choose thoughts that nourish wisdom instead of fear, compassion instead of resentment, and gratitude instead of complaint. As the inner world becomes brighter, the outer journey naturally begins to feel lighter, richer, and filled with quiet purpose. Let go of mental burdens, release past pain, regrets, fear, anger, and negative beliefs. Like putting down a heavy sack of stones, letting go brings peace and freedom. Many people spend years carrying invisible burdens without realizing how much strength they consume. Old disappointments, painful memories, harsh words, guilt, anger, and constant worry become like heavy stones placed inside an unseen bag that is carried everywhere. At first, the weight seems manageable, but over time, it drains joy, weakens confidence, and makes every step through life feel more difficult. The past cannot be changed, yet the mind often returns to it again and again, hoping for a different ending. This habit only deepens suffering. True freedom begins when you understand that you are not required to carry every painful experience forever. Just as a tree releases its old leaves to make room for new growth, the heart must also learn to release what no longer serves it. Letting go does not mean forgetting the lesson or pretending the pain never existed. It means refusing to allow yesterday's wounds to control today's peace. Every time you choose forgiveness over resentment, acceptance over resistance, and hope over fear, another stone is gently removed from your burden. Slowly, the heart becomes lighter, the mind becomes clearer, and the path ahead no longer feels impossible. When unnecessary weight is released, energy once trapped in suffering becomes available for kindness, wisdom, and meaningful living. That is where genuine inner peace quietly begins to grow. Cultivate positive inner habits, plant seeds of gratitude, patience, compassion, discipline, and courage. Small daily changes in thinking gradually create a happier and more meaningful life. The mind is like a fertile garden that quietly grows whatever is planted within it. Every thought, every habit, and every intention is a seed. If seeds of fear, impatience, envy, and self-doubt are watered each day, they will eventually grow into a life filled with anxiety and dissatisfaction. But when seeds of gratitude, compassion, discipline, patience, and courage are carefully nurtured, they slowly blossom into inner peace and lasting happiness. This transformation does not happen overnight. Just as a tree does not bear fruit the day it is planted, a wise and peaceful mind is developed through steady practice and gentle persistence. Each morning offers a fresh opportunity to choose thoughts that strengthen rather than weaken the heart. A simple act of gratitude, a kind word, or a moment of silent reflection may seem small, Yet these quiet actions shape the direction of an entire life. Do not underestimate the power of small, consistent choices. A river carves its path through stone not because of force, but because of continuous flow. In the same way, repeating positive thoughts and mindful actions each day gradually changes your character. When kindness becomes your habit, peace becomes your companion. When discipline guides your actions, confidence naturally follows. By caring for your inner garden with patience and wisdom, you create a life that reflects calmness, purpose, and quiet strength, regardless of the changing seasons around you. Live fully in the present moment. Stop dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. A calm, mindful presence allows wisdom, clarity, and inner peace to grow. The greatest gift you can offer yourself is to be fully present in this moment. The past has already completed its journey, and the future has not yet arrived. Yet the mind often wanders between the two, collecting regret from yesterday and fear from tomorrow. In doing so, it overlooks the only place where life is truly unfolding, the present. Imagine holding a cup of clear water. If your hands shake with worry about what might happen next, the water spills before it can satisfy your thirst. In the same way, a restless mind cannot fully appreciate the peace that already exists within reach. Each breath is a gentle reminder that this moment is enough. When you slow down and become aware of your breathing, the noise of endless thoughts begins to fade, allowing clarity to appear. Even during difficult times, the present moment contains opportunities for wisdom, kindness, and quiet strength. You do not need to solve your entire future today. You only need to take the next mindful step with sincerity and patience. A single peaceful moment, repeated again and again, becomes a peaceful day, and peaceful days slowly become a peaceful life. As your attention returns to what is here instead of what has already passed or what has not yet come, the heart grows lighter, the mind becomes steadier, and every ordinary moment reveals a quiet beauty that was always waiting to be noticed. Choose growth over reaction. Every challenge offers a choice. Respond with understanding, resilience, and self-awareness instead of fear or anger, and allow every difficulty to become a step toward personal transformation. Life will always present moments that test your patience, courage, and understanding. You cannot control every event that appears on your path, but you can always choose how you respond. This quiet power of choice is where true transformation begins. When someone speaks with anger, you may answer with more anger and allow the fire to grow. Or you may respond with calmness and let the conflict lose its strength. When plans fall apart, you may believe everything is lost, or you may see the experience as a new direction that life has placed before you. Every challenge carries a hidden lesson, waiting for a mind that is willing to learn instead of react. Like a bamboo tree that bends gracefully during a powerful storm instead of resisting until it breaks. A wise person remains flexible in the face of hardship. Strength is not found in never falling, but in rising each time, with greater understanding and compassion. Do not compare your journey with the journey of others. for every seed grows according to its own season. Trust your own pace and continue moving forward with steady determination. Even the smallest step taken with awareness is more valuable than standing still in fear, as you choose patience over frustration, wisdom over impulse, and hope over despair. Each obstacle becomes part of your growth. In time, you will discover that the challenges you once feared have quietly become the very foundation of your inner peace, resilience, and lasting happiness.